Hi guys, this is Thunder E from Booredatwork, and we're taking a look at another smartwatch from a company called Martian, and this is the Martian Victory. The Victory here retails for $299. It's one of their 3 smartwatches they have available on the market. You can pick up the Martian actually from AT&T. Check out their website, AT&T.com. They also have it in the accessories department there. Now, what's pretty interesting about the Martian is how it looks. But here's the packaging here for the Victory. White packaging shows you the watches, the bands, and some of the colors you have in there. And then it's compatible with your Android devices, Android 4.0 and up. It's also compatible with your iDevices from the iPhone 4. Now this is also compatible with any phone that has Bluetooth capability, because this watch has built-in speakers and microphones. So you have a speaker here. You can see that clearly, and then there's one on this side here also. It's rechargeable with micro USB, and it looks like a standard watch. So let's talk about some of the features with the Martian here. It's got 2 batteries in there, and the one battery is for the analog clock here, which will last for 2 years, and you've got another battery that basically runs the other smart functions or smart capabilities. And that battery, with my test, lasted for about 3 days before I needed to charge, before it actually died off, before the ticket went off, which was pretty cool to see that lengthy battery life. Now you've got 3 buttons on the sides. You've got 2 on the left and 1 on the right. The right here, of course, is just to set your clock, and in the clock there's an LED indicator here, and you can see it flashes either red, yellow, green, red, green, or blue, and they're for different things in there. I'll show you that as we go along. Now the top button here is for you to answer or end calls. The bottom button here is for you to basically dismiss calls and go through some of the functions of this device. You've also got the ticker here. Now the ticker lets you get information for things like your Facebook updates, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and also anything that has notification capabilities, and that's paired through the app on your device. So just going through some of the functionalities of the watch, you can see here. This shows you the watch date and time. If I tap that button, it shows you battery, volume, and it shows I'm connected. If I start cycling through, I can increase the volume up or down. So basically this is a cycle through button. This is kind of like your enter button. I can go to camera mode, which allows me to activate the camera on my device. If I tap that button, camera activated, and watch. Camera's activated on my smartphone. It actually activates the front-facing camera there, as you can see on the device, and I take a picture. So basically by tapping the top, I can take a picture with my watch, which is pretty cool. It's cool that it has that functionality in there. So we'll cycle through, and now that's the app. If you hit the bottom, it takes you out. So we can do that. Cycle through again. Camera mode, you have LED. Find my phone. So if I tap that, so I found my phone. You have that function, and then you have leash, gestures, and setup. If I go into setup, change language, date and time settings, A2DP, update mode to update the watch, and exit. So those are some of the things you can do with it. Now, the thing is also this watch has connectivity to your smartphone, and it uses basically either your S voice functionality of your Galaxy device or Google. So you can select that through the app, but I'll show you how that's done. So for instance, you want to check the weather, and you basically tap this button. Green LED goes. What is the weather? Now it brings that up. It can shows you on the phone. Now that's of course using S voice. I can go ahead and let me bring the phone forward closer to you so you can see it showed you the weather. We can go here and go to the Martian app. Now the app here gives you this functionality. I'm just going to bring this closer and raise this up for you. Now it gives you this functionality to enable LED, leash, gestures. You can do all these things as well. You can also enable Google Now, and you can actually use that and confirm changes. You can change all the settings. You also have your home to connect it. So the device, if it's not connected through the app, will automatically work as a Bluetooth basically headset. So it will still allow you to get incoming calls and all. But once you connect it through the application, then you're able to get your notifications for all your different alerts. So you can see I have alerts here. I have alerts for text message, calendar, Facebook, Twitter, Gmail notification. And then you can go and select any other application to get alerts from. So I can get alerts from any application here on my device. So if I wanted to, say get alerts from Hangouts, I have alerts from Hangouts, and I do get those alerts from my Google Hangout. So I know I have a Hangout. It doesn't tell me, it does tell me the Hangout message, but it kind of scrolls through on the ticker. So that is that. But then you also enable text to speech, so you can actually send text messages and read text messages back to you. Display weather forecast and temperature, so we will display temperature on there. Enable wall clock if you want to. That will show up again on the ticker. And this is the general setup that we saw earlier. So this is very robust, and I do like it. It works well. The one thing that I found a little distracting is while I was driving and I got notifications and I looked at my watch, even though my left hand was on the wheel, it was quite hard to actually look at that ticker and read it. In comparison to, say, the Galaxy Gear, which just has a big screen that allowed me to look at the notification quickly without actually veering, veering off the road or anything like that. But there are a lot of good points to this device. You've got the different types. You've got different types of Martian watches, 3 Martian watches to pick from. You have the G2G, you have the Passport, and you have the Victory, which we have in hand here, that give you different looks and different feels. This has this rubberized strap. You can also get leather straps. So it really feels like a watch. I like that aspect of it. I like also the fact that it's got the built-in mic and speakers, so you can actually answer calls to. It's got the ticker notification. I like the fact that it uses. So for instance, here I've got an email that just came in, and I can see that email scroll through. So while doing the review, you can see that just came in. It's an announcement, and whenever you get a notification, it actually. So there you have it. I have messages coming through, and you can see it does that very well with the text to speech, and it reads the things up for you. So it's very nice. It's got some good features in there. I really like this. This is a very different approach from what we've seen with other companies, and I like the feel they keep in the smartwatch feel. I wish they would come up with more different designs, because even though they have 3 different types of watches, they kind of have similar designs with your watch faces, so that it just gives you a very different look. I enjoyed using it. The one downside I will put it though is that the microphone and the speakers just didn't work well for voice calls. A lot of people complained they couldn't really hear me well, and I couldn't really hear them that well either. So that's something that should be improved, but it's got very good battery life. It really acts more of a watch than a smart device, but it does notifications very well for you, and it does interact with your iOS devices as well as your Android devices, and actually will interact also just to answer phone calls and end phone calls with any smartphone that has Bluetooth connectivity. So that is the Martian Victory watch, and I like it. It still has a long way to go, but I think it's something that a lot of people will enjoy using to some capacity. So if you have any questions or any comments, let us know. Don't forget to subscribe to all our pages on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. It's all Board of Work with 2 O. So it's Thunder E saying thank you, and always enjoy your entertainment.